right. Welcome back to BlackMenVentTV /radio /media when you know it. Here tonight, we got the two-man crew. And my man, BigCountry here. What's up, dog? What's going on, man? All right, next deal. He's on tonight, so we ready to rock. I know that. We got gangbangers in the house. West side. I had to represent, you know what I'm saying? Who out there? Is anybody from West side?
Yeah, probably come through from West side.
I was just joking, man. Anyway, tonight, man, the first thing that, and I am Mr. Legend. All right, first thing that we want to do tonight is apologize for the last show. Got kind of out of control, didn't it?
That ain't kind of, it did. Little terrier.
He was kind of quiet on that one. Man.
Yeah, because I was trying to practice some restraint to see if it would, rub off on some.
It did not.
On her to see if she would practice some restraint. It wasn't like she wasn't going to have the opportunity to talk. That was the whole point of
bringing her in.
Yeah, everybody talk. That's why we do this to get different points of views, to get better understandings. So it wasn't like she wasn't going to be able to talk. It's just an example of, I don't know, it's just stuff smacking you in the face just from conversation. Stuff hit home, man, with some people when you talk to them about certain things.
Well, if you haven't seen the last show, you need to go and watch it. We'll sit here and wait while you do that. We'll be right here. All right. But for those who were, let me give a recap. We had Jasmine Turner here from BlackMatchMade.com, which is a matchmaking service. And basically was asking her some questions. And I think, we've known Jasmine for a long, long time. All right. And she's always been the same. Good girl. I wanted to tell her, I'm sorry, lady, woman, I'm sorry. But I don't, that was supposed to be positive, but now in today's.
That's why I ain't going to address that part.
Right. But anyway, I really applaud her for taking the effort to get Black people together, because it seemed like we got a problem with that. I've been to some of her events where I was like, these people that never talk to each other. Because, like when you get in a club or you be in a social, it'd be like the women over here, the guys over here, and somebody has to cross the sea to talk to somebody, and they get shot down. Somebody else try. Nobody's really mingling and having a good time. You know what I'm saying? So I give her kudos for getting those events together, to getting, people interacting with each other that otherwise would never interact with each other. You know what I'm saying? But her criteria for getting people together, that's where I disagree at. She says some really good things, like some real things, like height is like the #1 thing that's really holding a lot of women back. Like if he's not over 6 feet, then it's a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
she admitted that. We don't get a lot of females that admit that. That's some really shallow stuff right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she admitted it.
I don't think people understand some of the shallow stuff. I understand we all got a light, but don't put the blinders on so quick. You mess around and run into somebody that you just be in love with for the rest of your life. Just don't put yourself in that box. Just keep an open mind. Don't nobody height got nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah, man. But I'm glad that a lot of people don't. A lot of women do not admit that. So it was good to hear her admit that. Like her being a matchmaker, that's one of the biggest hurdles that she has. And I've seen her post on her Facebook and everything, telling stats like only 14% of men in America are over 6 feet, and you need to start looking at other things if you want to be married. And I'm like, yeah, go Jazz, go Jazz.
Is that true?
Yes, it is. It is. I looked it up.
I never even thought to even look that up.
Yeah, because you're over 6 feet.
I have to get reminded that often.
You don't think that when you duck in the doors?
No. It comes in. Angela, Okay.
It's a world down here, man.
Dude, a lot of people
under 6 feet. It's a different world, man.
Dude, I think I'm regular. I think I'm regular, and a lot of people be minding me, and and strangers, you hit me with the big homie when I come around on the corner. Yeah, oh, big homie, I'm like,
yeah, they hit me with that too, man. But I think it's because of my muscles. But
oh, okay.
Anyway, but you know, and I give her kudos and all of that. But it seems as though Jazz came here to battle. Now, our thing with Jazz, and she is a very good friend from a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? For years, like at least 5, 6 years, right?
Maybe longer than that.
Maybe longer than that. But as always, as long as we've been doing the show for 12 years, she has been like, y'all hate women. Y'all hate black women, especially. She never understood the fact that we just get this dialogue going from a man's perspective because there's no dialogue at all between us.
Yeah, when we first started, and then especially men around our age, it was never heard of men speaking up and saying anything about a woman because we had big mamas and aunties and stuff back in the day that they didn't have to say they were strong. Their presence commanded respect, right. And it was just given. So, you know, nothing was never said. So it was a bunch of dudes that was like, you know, they exhaled when, you know, we started doing the show. I'm like, man, I've been thinking this for 50 million years. Exactly. And, you know, I was wondering, you know, if it was somebody else out there that was, you know, saying this. And because of that, a bunch of people, you know, they're equated to you not, you ain't getting no booty, or you all that type of stuff, or you being a punk, or you being a whatever, just because you tired of dealing with.
And here's where it came from.
The elements.
Man. Yeah, here's where it came from. And I'm glad you mentioned the big mamas and the mamas and our foremothers is what we like to call them. They commanded respect because of their actions.
Mm-hmm.
They held the family together instead of ripping it apart.
Mm-hmm.
They were very respected. They were always women. You know, there was nothing questionable about that.
Yep.
But then when women started being more free, I guess, you know, a lot of that, I think a lot of our women tried to grandfather, for lack of better words, grandmother that respect onto them, even though their actions weren't as much as mama and grandmamas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you come to big mama house or grandma house, what's the first thing she asks you?
Is you hungry?
Exactly. When the last time you heard that, man? It just don't happen.
I've heard it. Ain't never really been from
no. It's been from you know.
Black woman. You know, so sad. It's sad.
That's kind of sad, but it's the truth.
It's sad. I hate saying it.
So,
you know, bringing it into fruition. I just hate saying it because in a minute I don't know where I'm gonna get my food.
That's where it's going. Quest said it. Quest said it. He said it last. I think he said the last show. He was like, "Man, it's fast food restaurants open on Thanksgiving. It used to be like that.
Dude, on Thanksgiving and Christmas, I think. Matter of fact, they weren't open. Period. Back in the day, at all. Like you would have to get your stuff before Christmas Eve
because they couldn't make
money. And they would shut everything down because families were being families. They were hanging out at each other's houses and doing all that type of stuff.
Best time of the year.
Best time of the year. That's Christmas. I love Christmas and Thanksgiving because you get to hang out with close friends and family, and that's all. You know, drink some beer and watch TV or whatever. You don't got to worry about going to the stove.
But here's the thing, and we're digressing a little bit, but since that, so it would be like if we talked about mama and grandma, and the matter we do talk about today's women, that would be a treason that kill us. Yeah. Somebody stab us doing that. And that is no good right there. You know what I'm saying?
And I believe it.
And that's why I'm saying they thought that respect that our foremothers got automatically went to them because they were all black and they had the same genitalia.
You see, that's that because you got a certain skin color, you supposed to automatically get no.
That's where your mama black come in from. You know, like you say nothing about Nicki Minaj. Your mama black. Like I don't understand that.
I had to talk to a young man at work about this because he was
same dude. We gonna
letting an N-word fly, and I asked him, I'm like, why you get upset if a white dude says that? You ain't been through no struggle like that to even be upset. You don't even know. They don't teach it. So why are you upset? Because you heard somebody else get upset about it? I'm like, no, it's the way he said it. I said, so you can say it all day, but can't nobody else say it? I said, it's offensive to a bunch of people. And just the same thing, I was saying that to relate to, some of these actions that some of these women do out here. It's offensive to the people who got us here to be able to go to the bathroom by ourselves and eat food at restaurants and get an education and all that stuff. It's offensive. And a bunch of women run around here just because they got a job. Everybody's supposed to have a job. I understand that I understand motivational tools. I get it, but I'm not going to praise you because you have a job making $9 million a year. Take care of your children. Don't babysit them. Take care of your children. Because a lot of women babysitting their children thinking they're raising their kids. Just take care of your children.
Right. So, and getting back to my point was that it seems like if you're critical of women nowadays, it's misogyny, because we obviously brought some grievances to the table like we've been doing for the last 12 years. And what have they been doing? Being exactly combative and standoffish like Jasmine was doing. Mm-hmm. And that's why Quest and all of us were always saying it's over. If you can't come to the table and say, hey, look, we don't like this. And if they say, oh, you mad because you just can't get no booty, or you hate women because of your grievances, how are we going to solve the problem? We're not going to solve the problem. Yeah. That's why the last episode was called Example.
Yeah, that was a good example too.
Because it's not like we would say, like when people say bash women, I think, man, F women, they ain't nothing, this and that. But we have a calm, logical explanation for everything that we say. And we always invite people to come and challenge us on it because we don't want to be spreading misinformation.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
All the time.
So what I know is, since we know Jazz for a long time, she never, ever sat down and listened to exactly what we do and what we're trying to say. We're pro-family, okay? The things that we're missing on each side has stopped our nation from raising up because of lack of family, okay? We understood through the research, through us talking to people, through us doing the show for 12 years that family is a unit of the community. The community is a unit of the nation. So if we can't get number one right, the rest of it is going to fall. So what are the things? That's why I was trying to draw her to. Okay, we know that Black women are the biggest cohort of single women. Okay, there's got to be a reason for that. Let's dig into that reason. Okay, let's find out our grievances, your problems and my problems, and let's come up with a solution. No, when we try to do that, they say, no, you're the problem. We're perfect. We didn't do anything. It's all you guys. It's not the fact that we picked the wrong guys to be baby daddies and boyfriends. It's because if you're a good guy, it doesn't matter if she picks you or not. Nothing's going to happen. But here's the thing. If you go ahead and pick somebody that's bad, like I was picking apples out of the grocery store the other day. Some of them had holes in it from worms. Some of it had bruises and stuff, soft spots, and I put them right back. And I picked them up, and I was like, man, what if girls looked at guys like this?
They do. They do. I've heard 50 million stories about if women, what they look at when a dude is approaching them or when they get in their face. They're looking at shoes.
See,
all the shoes, the height, a
lot of stuff irons, that does not matter.
Or nowadays, if you got on these tight leotard pants that these men wearing, they look at that. Tattoos on the neck.
Have you seen the skinny shorts coming
out? I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Please, Father, I don't want to see that. But I don't even know what to say. That's just ridiculous.
Well, that's the thing. And you know what? She came up with a lot of stats, and we're kind of rusty because we used to have stats.
What stats she come up with? Because I was waiting to really hear it.
She was saying some stats loosely that weren't exactly. And when you say stats, you have to quote where they're from. You have to, because where they're from matters. Because if you're quoting stats from the KKK, obviously they're going to be slanted to the KKK. You know what I'm saying? So, but I can tell because I know the stats and I've been seeing the stats for years that she was throwing some stats out there, but not going all the way into it and misinterpreting it. But I didn't have the stats on me, and I haven't looked at the stats in a long time to go ahead and try to, you know, refute her. So I just gave it to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know, plain as day stuff. It gets.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You can. There's no need to. If you can't acknowledge the fact that there's a very big problem in the African American community, you're psycho.
Yeah.
You know, you can drive through. The SAs got their hood. The Jewish people, the Polish people, everybody. They have neighborhoods because of family.
Right. Yeah.
And you know, like we bring up on the show before about, you know, you being Jewish and getting your little Jewish son or whoever a job and all that stuff. People, oh, that's racist, and that's no, it ain't. It's just people taking care of your people, and then that's it. But our community, it's some turd show. For what reason I don't know. Well, I got a job making. So what? Is your daughter gonna be super promiscuous because you were never around? Or there's no father there? Or is your son gonna grow up and?
Did you read The Manipulated Man yet? Did you play that?
No, you still gotta
Jesus Christ, man. All right. If anybody hasn't read The Manipulated Man by Esther Viola, do not watch another one of our show until you read that, or you can find the audio version of the book on YouTube, The Manipulated Man. That is going to connect a lot of dots. You know what I'm saying? And basically, I have a couple stats here that really tell the truth. And what I want everybody to think about right now is all of the women empowerment. I went to a meeting this week, and they were talking about the Woodlawn and Inglewood areas of Chicago that need a lot of help. And there was a lot of women's organizations there. And I was like,
ain't enough for them, both for them to get checks.
I was like, obviously, women aren't out there shooting and killing, selling dope.
No.
So why are we empowering them? Because they like the guys who's out there shooting and killing and selling dope.
They gotta be. They raised them, or didn't raise them.
Well, here's some stats. And these are from my man T Rose. These are not his stats.
Okay.
T Rose gave us these stats, and they are from the CDC. All right. Men are 97% of combat fatalities, but women need empowerment. Okay, they need equal rights. Where are they at when it comes to combat fatalities? All right, men pay 97% of alimony. Wow. Men make up 94% of work suicides. Men make up 93% of work fatalities. People that get murked at work. You know what I'm saying? Men make up 81% of war deaths. Men lose custody in 84% of divorces, and 80% of all suicides are men. These are some very high numbers, man. Okay. 77% of homicide victims are men. 89% of men will be the victim of at least one violent crime. Just one. Okay. This is not from Chicago. We got 60% of this 77. But 89% of men, okay, I said that. Men are over twice as victimized by strangers as women. Yeah, that sounds about right. Men are 165% more likely to be convicted than women. Men get 63% longer sentences than women for the same crime. Court bias against men is at least 6 times bigger than racial bias. Men are discriminated against in schools and universities. Boys, don't believe me, there's emergency things all over campus, just in case you think you're going to get raped, but they never get used. Boys vastly more corporal punishment than girls. 60 to 80% of homeless are men. If you don't know, if you have children, the government won't let you be homeless. If you get custody of the children 97% of the time, it's not going to be too many homeless women out there.
No.
But the women need empowerment, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Women's cancers receive 15 times more funding than men's. You look at the NFL, full swing of breast cancer. I am in support of breast cancer.
I am too.
Because I did not know that there was a such thing as testicular cancer till a few years ago.
Oh yeah.
I think they need help too.
Oh yeah.
At least 10% of fathers are victims of paternity fraud. 1/3 of all fathers in the USA have lost custody of children. Most are expected to pay for this. All right. Those are real stats. Now, if you read the book Manipulated Man by Esther Bailar, they will tell you that women don't give a flying frog's butt about stats unless that it pushes forward their agenda.
Yep.
All right. These stats right here don't push forward their agenda, so they're null and void. I had a conversation with someone I had to ban on BlackMenVentTV on Facebook this week. I expect her to call one day. I hope so. I'm waiting on that. Please do. Waiting on that.
What was the
The thing was, she was like, "This is a weak website. Yeah, y'all ain't doing blah blah blah, the regular stuff." You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it was, I recognized it from the first time, from when we had 30,000 likes. She was one of the main detractors. And before, we kept the detractors around so we can have an example. Without, and that's one thing I want to say, without these examples of these women, you would think we were lying. When I tell my mom or everybody, they think that I'm lying.
Yeah, because women have always, under any and all circumstances, supported each other, no matter what type of evil was in the room or what type of whatever they've done, screwed their long lost cousin, and it's a baby floating about. And then when you 35, you're like, man, that look like my daddy. You know, women got so many demons and stuff in the closet, and women support each other. They all, it don't matter. I've watched a girl support her married friend to go screw some dude. I've watched it 50 million times. It's like women, you know, they just keep each other. They just whatever. I don't know. I always like to say it. The devil chose the right one to manipulate. So I always just put it like that.
In the beginning of time.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw, but it's still, you know, what's fascinating on the segue on a tangent is that it still works the same way that they told it in the Bible.
And that's the part that blows my mind. I don't care where you go on earth. It's the same math. It's the same math. If you do this, this happens. If you oil and water ain't gonna mix in another, it's not gonna happen.
I'm talking about the way the story went. Okay, God was like, "Don't touch that tree. Don't eat from that tree." Okay, Adam like, "Okay, I got it. There's plenty of trees in here. We cool." The snake came to Eve and convinced her to eat the apple or whatever fruit that was on the forbidden tree. And then she came back and convinced Adam to eat it. Okay. So, I mean, how many times have you heard this story before?
Every day.
This was written thousands of years ago, but it still reigns true today.
Yeah. I was just finished telling somebody today, I'm not cashing in my sanity, my morals, and my whatever to satisfy no woman. It's not. I can't do it. When I was young, maybe I would have, you know.
It goes back to, remember in high school in class where
can't do it now.
If you was goofy and rebellious in class, they would like you better.
But everybody else was doing their class work while you was failing because you was being goofy in the class clown, all that stuff.
Trying to impress them.
Yep.
Same scenario. You know, and then they out here, you know, if you're a good guy, if you stick to the rules and all of that, you're a nice guy and not as attractive as the snake. I don't know how else to explain it. Well, let's go ahead and move on. That's something to think about. I don't know how. There's a lot of things in the Bible, and I know a lot of people are not Christians. A lot of people don't like Christians. But I just think that it's kind of crazy that a lot of things in the Bible are still true to this day. Like, we got technology, internet, all of that, but yet the raw dichotomy or nature of man and everything is still laid out. Like, you know, when they say it'll be easier for a rich man to get through a needle of a, you know, than to enter the gates of heaven or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, you know, to get exceptionally wealthy, man, you got to do some bad stuff sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
More likely than not. Anyway, moving on. This weekend, what do you know it? Man, it's not too funny, man. I'm kind of sad about this dude.
Why? The Bill?
Yeah, Northtown, Pennsylvania. A jury found Bill Cosby guilty Thursday of drugging and sexually assaulting a woman at his home near here in Pennsylvania, I guess, 14 years ago, capping the downfall of one of the world's best-known entertainers and offering a measure of satisfaction to the dozens of women who for years have accused him of similar assaults against them. The defense's star witness was veteran academic advisor Temple, Mr. Cosby's alma mater, who said Miss Constant, who is, have you seen the picture of her?
Mm-mm.
Terrible looking. But she's like one of the main characters, for lack of a better word.
Oh, okay.
The light skin, curly hair, look like a man kind of. I don't know. Anyway, I found out that she was the main accuser. Okay. And like back in like 2008 or something, I just found this out today. He settled with her for 3.38 million. So you know how you have to know how, you know, lawsuits go, especially in Hollywood. Like it's less money to go ahead and settle than to try to fight it out and risk it in court.
Yeah.
So somebody can point their finger at you rather than go through the whole fiasco in the media. Mm-hmm. Give them a little money, just say, okay, just be quiet, just let it go. Michael Jackson tried to do it a bunch of times.
Always know that's the part about the whole thing. Listen to when this first started, and people, oh, he did it to that girl. Y'all need to understand that life. You ain't gotta live it to understand it, and you gotta understand back then in the day, everybody was doing Quaaludes and doing coke and doing all type of stuff, partying, popping each other pill, doing. Everybody was doing that stuff back
then. I just heard a Future song 2 minutes ago called the Zanny Family. They popping pills, getting loose. Didn't Rick Ross? He had some in this song. Why he ain't in jail? But Bill Cosby got convicted today. Now everybody knows that they used to, what was it, Wolf of Wall Street?
That's a prime example.
They was popping Quaaludes. They was doing all that types. It was a recreational drug to them. Mm-hmm. And in Hollywood and all of that, them rich people drugs, they used to do that. Okay, not giving them no excuse or nothing like that. But
no, I ain't never given no.
Here's the thing: when was it that, like, when I was growing up in the 80s, I thought that rapists was in the alley, and they was the people that couldn't get sex the legitimate way, so they had to take it.
Oh, they were sick and had to take it. But I never known. I don't understand how somebody convict. You gonna invite yourself over, or somebody invite you over. They ain't invite you over.
That's my second point. How many times have we heard that story before?
I had to tell my female friends 50 million times. In order for men and women to be friends, there has to be a long years. Long years. I'm not about to go meet no new woman and be like, oh, let's go hoop. You know, you like, you know, you can go hoop with me. I'm not. No, that's not it. So, and I don't live no Hollywood life. So, if a female sees Bill Cosby, like, hey, you know, come on my house, let's this party. I'm 90% sure at some point in time some drug was talked about or introduced or whatever, because that's what they did back then. And obviously they probably still doing it today. But you know,
here's my thing about it. These accusations come from women that were in Hollywood like over 14, 20 years ago. Okay. Underrated or never made it or whatever. Okay. And it was said that Cosby was mentoring them. So obviously they thought, because he had the #1 show in America in the 80s, The Cosby Show.
They were trying to stay around. That's the other
Listen, people don't understand. I've known women who are in Hollywood who were saying, I'll do anything to make it. Everybody knows this. This is like an open secret. Okay. My thing is that if somebody went through your drawers last night, why don't you get up and be like, oh my God, I feel like I've been smashed. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to go tell somebody. I need to the hospital. I'm gonna get revenge right away, son. You know what I'm saying?
That's the part.
But here's the thing, Doc. Why do we wait 20 years?
For the money part.
Exactly. Why is everybody acting stupid to that?
That's the part that blows my mind. I'm not waiting, or I'm not taking a settlement. If somebody does something to my child, daughter, uncle, I mean, somebody going to court, whatever. We're gonna stay in court until somebody goes to jail. It ain't about the settlement. That's when you know it's about the money. When these cases go away because somebody settled, because it was never somebody consensually did whatever. And
the Constant got 3.3 million. They was like, hell yeah, we on board. What we got to say? All we got to do is sit up there and cry on the stand and say, man, I believe that happened. And the thing about it is, here's the thing with, I don't know, I forgot his name, Goldstein or whatever, the dude that was
Goldstein?
What? No, I don't know. The Me Too, the dude that started the Me Too movement.
Okay.
Anyway, it's pretty obvious that, these women try to sleep their way to the top, but when it doesn't work, now it's become common to claim that they was raped or sexually harassed. It's like, yo, this is the reason why they never said nothing. It was like, okay, he hit, so okay, that means that I'm on my way. And then some years passed, and they was like, okay, he played me. Okay, then I'm gonna play him. He either gonna give me this money or he gonna go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't say 100%. It's just speculation off of logical deduction. I don't understand why you will wait 20 years to try to convict somebody for rape.
Yeah, especially rape. Now, I know women.
Rape is the next worst thing than murder, man. To me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I know a few women that have been assaulted, and I always want to ask them why, because some of them, they've never said nothing. They never said nothing then. They ain't say nothing now. It's like I don't understand. Somebody does that to you, take a part of you, and just, it's just I don't get it. And I try not to even, because it'll get offensive and I don't want to offend nobody. So I just really, but I don't understand why the women that this does, why not stand up and say something? That's why I just finished saying. Women will stand up no matter how bad, good, or whatever. Women will stand up for women without a shadow of doubt.
Yeah, like I understand what you're saying, like the real victims.
Right. I don't understand why they won't say nothing.
Why won't they get up and say that they are really watering down this charge? Now when somebody says, I got raped, we got to look at them like, what you up to? When back in the day, it was like, yo, this is serious. You know what I'm saying? We gotta.
They used to bring the dogs out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? People get beat up and killed in prison for taking advantage of women or children. You know what I'm saying? So this is not nothing to play with. At the same time, the people, and this is what I want to say about that, Black people are celebrating that Bill Cosby has been convicted. And this is a man that gave us 6 decades of positive entertainment. Not only did he do stand-up with no cursing, and it was hilarious. Not only did he give us a Black family, positive-oriented show that was #1 in America for years.
All the money you used to get it on college.
Hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions he gave to the historically Black colleges.
And most of y'all that go to them historically Black colleges, like 30,000 of that is free. If you didn't know.
Okay, not only
because he gave of people like Bill Cosby.
He gave us a different world, which I didn't really know nothing about college, but they made it look fun and exciting. I couldn't wait to go.
That made me. I wanted, because as a Black kid, nobody talks to you about that.
They just tell you got to go.
They just tell you got to go.
Right.
Seeing that show, I was like, I need to go there. I want to go there.
I don't know anyone in our lifetime, in our history, that has had, like, remember Fat Albert was a cartoon about inner city black youth, and they had a lesson.
Yep.
Every episode.
Every episode.
There was nothing else for us back then.
Episode.
Why would you turn on Bill Cosby? Why would you not give him any support? He tried to buy NBC, and all of a sudden 5, 6 women came out to accuse him 20 years later. And black folks was like, yeah, lock him up, he deserved it. You know why, man?
Yeah,
I know you know why.
I know why. Because he's about to take a whole bunch of that crap off TV and put some good positive stuff about black families on there. I just finished talking with a family friend of mine. They went to someplace where it was predominantly white, and seen the kid, and the kid was like shook, like super scared. They never seen a black person in real life before, and asked my cousin, were they going to rob them? Because all the images they've ever seen of black folks is this crap that shows up on the TV.
Right. And
dudes shoot somebody, a pan hanging all the way half off, all that. That's all the images that is seen. So this he was trying to take all that away, and they trying to crucify him.
I'm gonna tell you exactly when black folks or African Americans turned on Bill Cosby, when he told them to pull their pants up, when he told them that they need to be better parents, when he told them to stop airing their dirty laundry. Well, no, all the black people said he airing our dirty laundry. Like white folks or other people couldn't see how crazy we was. They didn't hear our songs on the radio or the stuff we was doing out in the streets. They didn't hear about it until Bill Cosby said something. So when Bill Cosby was critical of black culture, everybody turned on right then and there. And you know what? I'll tell you, I don't mean to get religious or nothing like that, but when I first heard that they turned on Jesus, they rather have Barabbas, who was the criminal, set free rather than Jesus. I was like, get out of here, man. That's Jesus. He helped people. He helped the blind see. He helped a lot of people. Why would they want him? But then as I grow older and older, and then I see the bad flack that we get, it's not like we say, oh, F women because they dumped us, or F women because they did. No, we have legitimate concerns, things, behaviors that they do that affect the culture that we would like them to stop, look at, and review, and hopefully fix.
And black folks, y'all need to understand. I know
but they don't want that.
Our presence is, super big. We don't make up that much of the United States. It's like 2%. It's like 2 or 3%. So don't think we just this big old group of people, and we can afford to keep on messing up and doing this, that, and the other.
You think that's what it is? You think?
Yeah, dude, you can. Just like somebody mess up your order, send the black lady in there. I guarantee your order gonna get straightened out, because she gonna raise hell, shouting and doing all type of stuff. It's their presence, and or the talking loud and all of that stuff just to get something, stray away from the stereotypical behavior. So a different image, people can see a different image. It bothers me that I used to want dreads. I can't do it because I don't want to get shot.
Dreads all up.
I don't want to get shot. And y'all don't, most people with the dreads walking around, you don't even know what that is all about.
Dreads used to be like a spiritual.
Yeah, it was a spiritual whole thing.
Special.
And somebody turned it into a very bad thing.
Now it's the shooter's hairdo.
I can't do it because I don't want to get shot. I do anything possible to stay away from the stereotypical behavior, because I already know the type of attitude I got, and I won't last that long in an argument with the police, because somebody.
That's not funny. That is so. I have no idea how not funny that is.
I'm not gonna last that long. So down to my car, I will not purchase stereotypical
people. Get a heavy Chevy?
No, I'm not getting no heavy Chevy.
You ain't getting no 85.
It's not happening. Impala.
Swangers.
No, I ain't getting no swing. Impala. I don't know in every other community, but here I work in the collision business, and 98% of all Impalas that come in there smell like weed. Every last one of them. 98% of them smell like weed. That's typical Grand Dams and Impalas.
The Grand Dam. Last time they made a Grand Dam.
They don't make them no more. Grand Prix, Cadillacs, of course, but that Impala, without fail, that is a man. You want to get pulled over by the police? Drive an Impala.
Never, dude.
As a black person, driving Impala, I guarantee you would get pulled over at least once or twice a month.
I'm gonna Uber before I hop in that. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
No, but I just hate. I see so many super smart black folk, man. Oh my God, it's so many. It's so many, and we all just go down the toilet, and a lot of women that and a lot of mangina dudes that be sitting up here. Y'all don't understand.
And let me say, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all right.
Because I've been forgetting to say this for the last 16 years, dog.
What?
Okay, it's not that we hate black women.
I don't hate nobody.
Yeah, I don't hate anybody either. But we are, or I can speak for myself and you can agree, highly disappointed. Because looking at the 70s and what we had, how things are right now, very disappointing.
Man,
I mean, it's very disappointing to do your life right and
no reward,
and you're looking for your black queen or whatever, and she's over here with Snooty J. I mean, there is so far we can go. We have so much talent, so many smart people that don't get enough credit, and we got so many dumb people that get all the credit. You know what I'm saying? Like us as a nation, we could have been like Wakanda. It could it could have been like that, but somewhere along the way, man, you know, the bad people became more valuable than the good people for some reason. And what BMV has, what we've always done was point out exactly the people who have something to do with this.
Yeah.
All right. And of course, those people don't want to be pointed at. They want to stay in the darkness. They want to keep doing what they're doing so that they can succeed. Now, when you shine light on them like gremlins, right? They get mad. They try to shame us. They try to talk bad about us. They try to discredit us, you know, but nobody can ever refute what we're saying.
No.
We've been asking for somebody to tell us what we're saying is wrong for 12 years. Nobody
tell us, show me.
They have not done it. I was asking somebody today, and I don't like arguing on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And I can't, you know, they sit up there saying, well, it's supposed to be like this. And I tell them exactly what it is. Like I told this girl, she said, why do men get mad at you when you find out that they cheating? And I was like, that's game, sweetheart. I don't think it's game. I think that they just, I was like, how, if you don't trust us, and they've been raised not to trust us, okay? They've been raised to protect themselves from us.
And get money.
Yeah. I mean, through ways of education, and if you're going to mess with a guy, you better get something from him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's basically how they're raised. We were raised wrong as hell.
Right or wrong, whichever.
No, here's the thing, dog. You was told flowers, opening up doors, being a gentleman, throwing your jacket over the pool, you know, making sure everything is right, jump in front of the bullet when they coming in, all of that. And your women are gonna love you, right? But actually, that's not really true, is it? The people who do the exact opposite.
Yeah, they usually benefit.
Yeah. So if you look at actions versus words and what they told us and everything, we've been bamboozled and tricked.
Really. And people, I've been meaning to say this too. I don't understand why people try to make everything acceptable. There is good and bad, if you didn't know. And if you got the bad qualities or the bad or the sins or then you know it ain't like you don't have the opportunity to correct yourself, but there's good and bad. Stop walking around here and talking like everything's supposed to be accepted. I haven't heard in a very long time that anything somebody got like the full blame for, except for black dude. They blame everything on the black dude.
Everything's our fault.
And everything, you know, even the stuff that ain't.
I mean, have you ever heard them take blame for anything?
I'm not even just a conversation across the room, like, yeah, they just doing, or somebody trying to discipline their kid or something, and ain't nobody, you know, support. I'm like, y'all just letting this stuff go. You see little, you know, stuff to be on TV. These little boys that be dressed like girls, or look like they look like they plain as day got some type of mental issue. You tattoo on your face, something wrong with you. But just a bunch of nobody's correcting anything. Everything is to be accepted, and there's no wrong. And you know, I was trying to get that across the jab. I'm like, you sound like that right now. Like there's no wrong on earth. There's wrong, and you pay for it in your life. Just because you have a second of joy, and your second may be 10, 15 years, and then that shit will all come tumbling down, and you'll be trying to figure out why, because you didn't treated people like crap for 15, 20 years or whatever, and now your marriage gone, you're sick, you ain't healthy, whatever the case may be. I mean, you know, it shouldn't take detrimental things in order for people to get it.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. It really shouldn't.
Yeah, there's consequences. There's reasons why things are the way they are. If you're not mature enough or smart enough or whatever, I don't know, to accept that you may be a part of a lot of things that's wrong. I know a lot of guys, including myself, that strive to be better all the time, every day, and try to be so they're not who these women are talking about.
And I don't try to do that for nobody else but myself, because it feels good just to be a good person.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the way we were raised. Even though, you know, that's what I was saying, is raised wrong. Like, man, like, yeah, treating people like I always say, treating people the way you wish to be treated does not work half the time.
No,
you know?
I came up with the term. Don't nobody use my stuff either. The maniac nerd. Most people can't see it or really or will believe it, but the maniac nerd runs the earth. And the reason I say that is because it was a little kid I had to pull over in the car and help him out with a little situation. Nerd dude. And I told him, I said, dude, be a nerd for the rest of your life, man. Be a nerd. You're gonna be up in some corporate whatever, running all of these people down here that gave you a hard time, was trying to fight you or trying to talk about you, whatever, because of your glasses and your shoes or whatever. And that's what we have right now. We have the maniac nerds that run the earth, and they getting their payback. They getting their payback. People don't see it, and they just getting their payback because the pretty girl didn't want to talk to them. And that's what you see when all these bankers, when they supposedly got in trouble and all the receipts from the prostitutes and all that stuff, they're like, we're going to get the fine when we got the money now so we can get them. You know, like Sterling, he gave, you know, I tell women all the time, I'm like, you know, and it shouldn't take for something like this for you to get it. But I don't care how old a man is, as long as he has money, he can get a woman. But women, you got a date.
You got a fine night.
You got a date just like the milk. So I don't, you know, no matter how much plastic surgery, no matter how much whatever, just one chick, she's 50 something, still stripping, and I'm gonna shake this thing. I said, are you kidding me? I've known this lady a long time. Are you kidding me? Let it go. You ain't found. You could have been. I know you found somebody that would want to take care of you. Just didn't want to go because she was like, "Come on, girl, you ain't gotta do this." You know? Right. and you know, you still want to be stripping with your cane. I don't understand. Why would you want to do that? But it's a bunch of women out here that's out here trying to shake that thing until they can't. What you got? Until they can't shake it no more. And
hit that wall, man. I swear, man. You know that is a very, very sad thing. It's like losing all your money at age 50 or something like that, or 45, depending on how much you've been partying, girl. That almost hit you at like 35.
And women, y'all don't understand that partying and all that activity. It show all on your body. Yeah, it show. Maybe y'all do know that y'all pack on all the makeup looking like drag queen nowadays, but maybe y'all do know. But it show. Dudes can see it a mile away. and you wonder why you don't nobody treat you like you special, because you use up all the special. So anybody about to treat you like you special when you 50, 60 years old. Now you want to get it.
Yeah, and you know what? You remember in the early BMV days where we were like, man, you know, we need to work on family in the Black community. But now, I mean, given that it's been a decade later and we've seen the family courts get out of control. So if you do establish family, it's like 60% chance, 66% chance that the family will fail. You know, it's just kind of dire straits right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and that's why, you know, Quest always says, "Oh, nobody wants to agree with it. It doesn't sound positive. It doesn't sound right." But when you sit up here and think about all the ways out of this situation, they're all closed off. You know, can we talk to them and turn this thing around?
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't want to even admit it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? The youth, they're growing up under them, so they know what they know. Women are being empowered. The boys are entertained by their lifestyle or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. They might be degrading themselves. They might be dying out there, but they gain the favor of their women. You know what I'm saying? So how are you going to turn that around? Would you going to tell women to stop liking the cool dudes and start liking the nerds? You can't do that. That's like me trying to get you to like skinny girls. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like what you don't like, you're not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that was dig on you. You know, I had to get you, dog. Anyway, but you know, what's another avenue? You know, like we say, just leave them alone, man. You need to broaden your horizon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if they Black, white, Asian, whatever.
Yeah,
if they are,
get out here and get cultured, man.
Yeah, if
you
they
understand the way you live is wrong.
Family oriented, because let me tell you, a lot of stuff I thought I was just regular, normal, but to other people and other cultures, I'm kind of wild, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just think that you sitting back cursing and talking to people and just laughing. They're like, oh my God, did you hear what he just said?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I saw some people on a resort one time. They smelled weed and they almost died. Oh my, is that drugs? Oh my. Not since the 60s. You know, so, you know, but that's the thing. I see a lot of brothers sitting up there, you know, pining and paying attention to the behavior of, you know, a lot of these Black women. And it's not the fact that this is the majority or all of them or whatever. They're the most loud, but since the good Black women aren't going against them, since they're sticking and they're supporting all women, okay, then that's all women. And unless there are some women willing to stand up against the women that's messing it up for the rest of y'all, that's another avenue that's not going to happen.
Oh no.
So, you know, so what are we supposed to do? And they say, why do y'all get successful and then start dating out of your race? Because we remember when we was on our way to successful, we wasn't your type. We was in the books and you was rolling on the swingers, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you was with Future and them. And we was sitting back with the books. Like, I wish I had a pretty girlfriend. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the way it is. And a lot of young brothers, that's why we're here now. You know what I'm saying? To let a lot of the young brothers to say, hey, do not waste your life. Make sure you find, if you want family, look for someone who is family oriented.
It's gonna be hard nowadays, but
if you listen to BMV, if you listen to a lot of people in the manosphere and also MGTOW and all of that, you will be able to evaluate somebody within seconds.
Oh,
if you wasting your time or not. Okay, you'll be able to figure out what's important to people and how that factors into your goals and dreams. You'll start to realize that chasing women is for baby daddies. And it's not for successful men. I'm not saying that a baby daddy can't be a successful man, but you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
If you put girls ahead in your life the most, a lot of people who did that, their life shows it. You know what I'm saying? If people put their goals and dreams ahead in life, their life shows it as well. You know what I'm saying? What's supposed to happen, you're supposed to chase off your goals and dreams, and the woman is supposed to be attracted to that. Okay? So, and we'll have to get into that a lot more. You know what I'm saying? In the future.
A bunch of stuff need to get into a lot more.
Yeah. But one thing, real quick, man. They found out that the Canadian terrorists that they said that was the terrorist was linked to incel, which is involuntary celibate men.
Everybody,
which was the same guy as Elliot Rodgers was a mask.
Everybody, stop! I want everybody to start understanding something about the media. It's a system to create whatever. Everybody that creates some type of act is not a terrorist. It's a bunch of it's a bunch of fed up people that are tired of getting used, and are tired of not benefiting from what they're supposed to do right, or getting done wrong, or children taken away, or job, whatever. It's them people. They spazzing out.
Yeah.
They spazzing out. How often can you sit and look at a hungry child in the face and listen to their stomach growling, or listen to them crying because they're hungry? You ain't gonna sit there that long before you spaz out and do something. I've seen countless men when I used to install cable going in their house, and they sitting there. Just recently, the wife decided I don't want to do this no more. Took the kids, and they sat there. I've been in the house. I was in this man's house. He didn't even know I was there. He just gave me $100 tip when I finished and I left. He was sitting there watching family videos.
Tough.
Sad in the mug.
We're gonna have to get into that next time, because incels and MGTOW and BMV are cousins or brothers. You know what I'm saying? And even though we don't condone killing or any type of violence or anything, we understand how these things come to fruition, which is part of the reason why we sit up here and talk, because these people that spaz out because of women don't understand what's really going on, or their avenues out of that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll run out of time this week. Y'all have to tune in next week, and we're going to get into that. Make sure that you hit up BlackMenVentTV.com for some more content. Make sure that you follow us on Twitter at BlackMenVent. Like us on Facebook. Hey, tell 10 of your friends to come like us on Facebook. We're trying to get that 30,000 back ASAP, because we got some stuff in store, and we ain't just trying to post it for the 200, 300 people we got now. Okay? So the more support, the more videos, the more content we get. Make sure you tune in to intellectualradio.com, where we feed your brain. There's a lot of shows on this channel that you can gather a lot of knowledge from, and we're going to be mixing and matching guests on the show, you know what I'm saying, so we can go ahead and talk about it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see y'all next Thursday at 9 p.m. Central. Make sure you call in next time. All right? That's what's up. Peace out.